ladies and gentlemen, and all of you that choose to listen, you see the article, right? Let's just go on right into it. We now have ourselves a Karen whisperer. This is a man that gets paid, I guess, as a consultant to help past Karens who've been in the national news get their reputations back. Now, before I lose my ever-loving mind, let me get to the heart of something that I know is going to make you mad. That way you can click off this video before I go into my rant in the defense of Karens before I rip them to shreds. Because I'm going to do that. Redemption is something that should be afforded to anyone who wishes to be repentant of things that they've done. It's not uncommon for some people to get out of character and do something that had nothing to do with them and not mind their own business. When you see the backlash of something, you can go, oh, that didn't turn out the way I thought it could. I legitimately believe some of these women didn't set out to intentionally be the way that they are, meaning that they took that self-righteous trope, okay, based on the fact that they may have thought something had really happened that shouldn't be happening, okay. I don't think these are people who should go broke forever. These are people who should suffer forever. Now let me segue into my second point about that. In no way, form, or fashion is it called for, based on the comments I've read in this article, particularly about the woman who was mean with the African American guy, because that's what the article calls him, but the Black American, of course, who was bird watching, and then she played victim, was yanking on the dog's chain. While I believe she should have minded her own business and called the cops if she thought there was a threat, come on, the man was bird watching, but I'm not supposed to get into that. The heart of the matter is that I'm now finding comments made about this woman that I can in no way condone. She doesn't deserve to burn in hell for that, okay? She can have redemption despite the fact that I even went in on her, because my thing is, people who are not in a position of authority and not law enforcement shouldn't act that way. But the vulgar things, wishing these people never found jobs again, wishing death on them, wishing they'll burn in hell, people are taking this stuff too far. You really don't know these people that well, and it's quite possible that they had a bad day or are on alert and saw something and didn't like it and felt the need to say something out of a sense of urgency. Last but certainly not least, we push the narrative that all Karens are racist. And though on the surface, a lot of them look racist, how do you explain the fact that they also go crap on their own race of people? Okay. Because we can argue now there are some people that believe Karens are more than just Caucasian women. I'll let you all in the comments decide that one. But for the most part, she has a set type as being Caucasian. Either way it goes, she's mean, she's authoritative to people, and she encroaches in a place that she has no business. This guy is defending them, and some of the points he brought up, he's correct. Here's why I'm about to rip his argument into shreds. Number one, when you commit an act in a public space, there is no expectation of privacy. How on a public street are you going to tell people not to film people when a person made a choice to encroach on something that they could have easily involved law enforcement if they reasonably believed a law was being broken? Like the time when there was that couple that was fishing and had moved in the neighborhood. The woman didn't believe them, harassed them. She called the cops, of course, but she continued to just go on and on and on. Even after she discovered that they live there. Of course, they're going to cooperate with the law enforcement officer because he showed up. But that couple were under no obligation to prove anything to you. Why do y'all feel the need to roll up on people, then come back later when you lost your jobs and lost a lot and clap back and say, oh my God, I didn't. You still need to take responsibility for your behavior that went viral in a public place where you have no expectation of privacy. Y'all have even rolled up on innocent kids selling water. Y'all have even yelled at random strangers of all races who've done nothing to you. And some of those people sitting there looking baffled, like, what did I do to you? Holding people up from elevators, getting into their buildings, demanding ID. You are not law enforcement. You just got something in your head and you assumed something. Number two, quit convincing us that this is an isolated incident, because we're finding out that a lot of you are powerful people who held powerful positions, or you have husbands with powerful positions, and therefore you leverage the power that you have to make others feel bad about themselves. Then when you go viral, you want to sit here and play victim. Well, I did this because of this. It doesn't matter. The cameras don't lie, especially when you have multiple people recording that. Forgiveness on my part is easy. If you're going to take responsibility for the fact that you made a behind out of yourself. Number three, the guy who's sitting here, okay, playing the Karen whisperer, and it's not really the Karen's fault. It was the architect that was created after what happened with George Floyd. I understand the vulgar things that was said to them, the threats sent to them. And I don't condone that at all. And you're absolutely right that they should be able to go and live their lives and live in anonymity. There's one crucial thing you seem to forget, though. Now that we live in a digitized world, when you do something in public that humiliates other people, employers have every right to see you as a liability and a risk and not hire you. Is it me, or is this common sense? In an ideal, perfect world, I think all of you should be forgiven, provided you don't go back and repeat the same behavior. And yeah, people are going to post and things are going to go viral fast, but you can't say that all Karens can be looped in the same group, because some people intentionally targeted people and humiliated them based on their race, sometimes even their gender, sometimes because they were kids who were somewhere that they perceived they shouldn't have been. The bottom line is they were still not in an authoritative position. So why was it their right to go attack these people? What you're saying is that actions speak louder than words, but sometimes words can pierce people. Because when you're going up attacking people randomly in parking lots because they parked where you didn't think they should have parked, because that's a new one. You're blocking parking spaces and being mean to random people. You don't know. These people don't know you, and that's the last and final thing. The ones who are slippery, who'll walk up to you and pretend to be nice and then change from Jekyll to Hyde like that. And you don't even know where it came from, because they'll initially across somebody being nice and then just turn out mean. Don't give me this crap that they're not responsible for their actions. Again, I've said it a few times in this video. Everyone deserves redemption. Everyone deserves a right to work. The bad news is we all know that based on what you do viral, your company also has a right to not want to deal with the headache associated with you. And how do you know that they hadn't exhibited this behavior at work and were already being investigated before they did this in public? For all you know, some of them are in positions of authority and have made people at work uncomfortable, which that ain't come out yet, but that could be true. And those people are traumatized, and you're just seeing a little snippet of it online. The people who are attacking these Karens aren't perfect, but come on, they did this stuff in public with audiences. And even when they knew they were being taped, they're still sitting up here showing their behind and then now want to come back and say, oh, I'm still a victim. But you victimize other people and you want forgiveness. And I'll give it to them. I think the one lady who messed with the Filipino guy actually did say I should have minded my own business. With the graffiti, I think there was some graffiti involved. A lot of them don't do that. And that's the issue we all have. In a polite society, when you go out in public, you need to leave people alone. And the idea that we're at fault because we play into it, yeah, we play some role in it, filming it and then making memes about it. I'll give you that. But they made the choice to terrorize people that they barely know. And so long as they don't take responsibility for that and hide behind, I lost my job and I lost this and that, they also need to think about the humiliation they cause others. Or else whispering for them does no good.